Hi everyone. In case you can't tell by my glasses, it's pretty cold outside. So I want to take this opportunity to answer a question I've gotten exactly twice, and by the same person. The question is, isn't your beef imported from the lower 48? And I think that's a weird question, because I've never said that I import my beef from the lower 48, and the numbers would suggest that I don't. So, just want to take a minute and say, no, our beef is 100% Alaska born, Alaskan raised, Alaskan owned, and we simply couldn't afford to import beef even if we wanted to. All of my beef has been born here on the farm, and all but 3 of our cows were also born on this farm. And the 3 that were not were either born in Delta or came up from Homer, Alaska. So we are 100% Alaskan. We are 100% Alaskan born, Alaskan owned, and we are not and will not ever bring up beef from the lower 48. Furthermore, our numbers, we're averaging 4 steers a year, which means we do run out of inventory in the year. So if I were importing lower 48 beef, I wouldn't be running out, or at least not to the degree that I currently am. And it's not 4 steers because I want to only have 4 steers a year. It's just what our cows have given us. So most Alaskans aren't going to be importing beef from the lower 48 or Canada because that doesn't pencil out super well. If I were to do that, I would likely go to Montana. That's the easiest place I can think to get beef. And I'd be looking at 600-pound feeders. Feeders, if you don't know what feeders are, they are steers or heifers that are specifically going to be finished out and sent off to be butchered and eaten. Now, yes, all cows ultimately do end up butchered and eaten, but these are specifically raised for that purpose. So these 600-pound to 900-pound calves, or steers, coming out of Montana, the current market price is roughly $320 per hundredweight. So for a 600-pound steer, that would be $1,920. And if I'm going to spend the time to go down there and get these steers, I'm not getting 4. I'm getting more like 10 or possibly more. So that puts me out around $20,000 just for the steers. Now I have to figure out a way to get them through Canada, which, granted, I haven't brought cows up or any livestock up. The last animals I brought up through Canada were horses, and it's a little bit different for them. I have heard stories from others that have brought cows up that there's a 30-day quarantine period, which is standard and has been for decades. But depending on the vet or the Border Patrol agent, you have to keep the animals inside the trailer at all times and figure out a way to feed and water them from inside the trailer. Now, I don't know how that changes. Obviously, I haven't brought cows up through Canada or from Canada, so those that have, please comment below. So let's say I am able to do that. So I'm $20,000 for the steers themselves. Now we add money on for vet checks and vet clearances to get through Canada, the boarding time for the quarantine, and now I'm finally getting them up here. Now I either have to pay somebody to ship them up, or I have to go down there myself. And because I work an off-farm job that actually pays my bills, I don't take a paycheck from Shaw Creek Cattle Company, nor does my business partner. So what that means is I either have to take time off from work to go get these guys, or I have to pay somebody to get them, and that's just not feasible. So once you get into Canada, now it's a mad dash to get to Alaska. And I don't know if there's further vet checks once you get into Alaska. I know there is when you're bringing horses through. But overall, it's just simply not, it doesn't pencil out. I imagine that this person probably mistook me for 40% Ranch. They absolutely import beef from Canada. They have advertised that they import beef from Canada. The last group that I heard of, they brought heifers, feedlot heifers in, and were putting some into their breeding herd, and some were going to be butchered. I don't know what the status is of that. I don't keep up with them, but we do not import any lower 48 beef, and for all the reasons I just named. Anyways, I now have to stop procrastinating and go out and do chores now. So, God bless, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.